Hey, welcome. Uh, for those who are watching the replay of this, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. So, you can move in closer if you want. This is Haley, my daughter, and most of you have seen. She's seen her in the back of videos. So, I'm trying to get this where we can kind of get a good look at what's going on. Alright. I don't think we have anybody in here yet. Of course, then again, I could be wrong. Alright. I gotta turn this down. So we're running a little bit late. So thought, hey, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Of course, then again, it could be me.
Hi.
Oh, there we go. We got two people in here. Oh, hello. How are you? Maritza Maldonado. How are you? So, basically, things have slowed down. Okay, so last week was a lot of Disney. So we did go to Disney. So I got about 5 videos out of my trip. So if you haven't seen those, go check those out. Um, yeah, let's see. So yeah, like I said, it's gonna slow down a little bit for right now. It might pick up because of what's going on. So far we are going to the Tractor Engine Show. That's in Portland, Indiana. And then I believe we're going to get season passes to Kings Island, which is right there in Cincinnati. That's a an amusement park if you've never heard of it. It's owned by Cedar Fair, who owns Cedar Point, and Kings Island is was actually brought in '72, I think, was when it was built, and in the late '70s they built a wooden roller coaster that is the longest wooden roller coaster. I think it's 2.5 mile track, and it's called the Beast. So we might be bringing some of that to you. And let me fix this a little bit. There we go. There's Haley. So so that's what's going on right now. Other than that, I've been watching a lot of videos, trying to catch up with a lot of you. I'm subscribed to a lot of you. Sometimes I have a little hard time keeping up with everybody, but yeah, we've been working hard. So I've been trying to get back onto things, and uh, actually, starting next week, I'm starting a new series, and it's going to be called Attack Plan. And one of the things I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking the Disney parks, and we're going to show you when I go into, or how I would approach each park and how to get every ride done. And I'll probably do different variations of it, showing like if you on property, if you're staying on property, off property. We're gonna do all four parks in Walt Disney World, and then I'm even gonna attempt to do 2 parks I've never been to. So I'm going to try and do Disneyland and California Adventure. So, and I'm going to try and do a lot of it based on what I learned from the other parks. So I'm going to be watching the next few days. I'm going to be watching crowd movements at these parks to so I can help anybody who goes down to Walt Disney World how to figure out the best way to get in and through the parks. I'm going to tell you what fast passes you should go for, and I might try to do it a couple ways. One, I'm going to probably do it with if you have older kids. I'm probably going to try and do it if you have younger kids. So, but that's one of the things I've been wanting to do, and I thought would be interesting, and also not only interesting, but would also help out those who are going down to Walt Disney World to give them sort of a chance to really get the ideas of what's the best way to approach the parks. Because one of the things about Walt Disney World is you can't just go down there without a plan. You have to have some kind of plan. Because if you just go down there without a plan, you're not gonna like it. You're gonna get confused. You're not gonna know what to go to. I've seen people who bounce around from one side to the other side, and you're not gonna get much done doing it that way. But that's one of the things I want to do. So that'll be. Hey, just pop in real quick before I head back to work. Give you a thumbs up. Gotta run. Have a great day. Hey, thanks, Nathan. Thanks for popping in. Happy to see you're here. So have a good time at work. But yeah. So that's one of the things. So we got Haley here. So and we'll see what's some of the places that we've gone that you've liked.
Like for the whole thing?
Yeah. That you've been with us on.
I liked the waterfall.
She liked the waterfall, so that was the
That
Thistle
was
Waite.
my favorite.
The Thistlethwaite Fall. So that was your favorite. So, but Haley, she has a job, so there's sometimes she's not with us. But so, and are you excited about going in November to Walt Disney World?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see heaven.
Yeah, you want to see heaven. So let's see. So one of the things is like I said, we're going to Tractor Engine Show, which is going to be sometime this weekend. We're going to Kings Island to get our season passes, and when we get our season passes, we're actually able to go in at that time. We're talking about going in for a couple of hours, and then coming home. So I may record some showing that we got our season passes, and actually season passes for this place it's not bad. And we got the dining, we're going to probably get the dining plan, and we're going to get the drink plan. So I know what most people think, what's the drink plan? But yeah. They've separated the dining and the drinks together. Is there any way you can run in there and get my drink real quick? Thank you. So,
The Burger King?
yeah. So as for that, that's one thing we'll be looking for. Other things we're looking at is sorry. We still got lots of stuff planned out. I think we're still talking about going up to Mansfield, Ohio, and to see what is called the Shawshank Trail, because up in Mansfield is where they filmed a lot of the Shawshank Redemption. So we're talking about doing that. We're talking about a trip down to Corydon, Indiana, which was the first capital of Indiana, and they have caverns and a battlefield from the Civil War, which I believe it's the only battlefield from the Civil War that was in the state of Indiana. And we've been looking at different things of going up to Elkhart, a little bit farther away than what we've been going. Ohio, I still need to check into some stuff into there. There might be some caverns we can go look at that's closer than what they are in Indiana. They seem like in Indiana they're farther away from us than close, and a lot of this stuff it's going to be hard because it's probably not going to be a day trip. It's probably going to be a weekend to go see some of the stuff we want to go see. So we'll probably have to get a hotel and stay there.
Didn't we say something about going to Michigan for some stuff?
That got canceled.
Oh, okay.
And the reason why that got canceled is because I went to Disney World.
Oh.
So we were supposed to go up to what was considered the world's largest cruise in. And that's up near Detroit, Michigan. And because I went to Florida for the cast member preview to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, we decided that it probably wouldn't be a good thing to go the next weekend right after I'd already went all the way down to Florida. So actually, we took a break last weekend. So I still had some videos from Walt Disney World to put up, and then I also did my video on my shot glass collection. So, which if you've seen it, then you've seen I have a lot of shot glasses. So, is there any questions? Anybody have any questions that's in here right now? Anybody want to say hello that hasn't got to say hello? So, but yeah, we're trying. We rack our heads, our brains every week trying to figure out what's something we can go and do, and actually get some content and something that we'll enjoy as too, because I understand you're not going to enjoy it if we don't enjoy it. So, but now the last video I did, not the shot glass, but the Magic Kingdom, my favorite attractions. I believe, to me, I don't know if any of you actually watched it, I believe that is the best video I've ever done for this channel. I truly have. I've had some that I felt that way before, but I believe that one was my best video that I've done so far. And I used some imagination. I had some ideas. A lot of times, it's if you can visualize a video and know exactly how you want it set up, and then you set it all up in editing and get it the way you want it, it's just like magic, just getting it to do what you want. So that was something I really liked. I think the Jungle Cruise in that video, that's, like I said, that's my favorite ride of all time. And my daughter, who is a cast member at Walt Disney World, I had her put the Jungle Cruise skipper in for, is it a keys for a key to the kingdom? Something that they can put each other in for. If they gave a guest like some kind of an experience that made their day even easier or more entertaining. So we put in for her. Her name's Jordan. Heaven did know her. She had worked with her before. Heaven raised her hand saying it was her first time there, just to get Jordan's attention. Heaven had been on the Jungle Cruise several times before, but she had done that so Jordan, who was the skipper, would see her. And what's the one girl's name?
The one that we got when we went?
No, I'm talking about she was on the Disney Channel. Wasn't she? She was on that one Disney Channel. I can't remember the name of the channel or the show. She played in that where they danced.
Shake It Up?
Yeah.
Zendaya,
right. And Heaven told me that Jordan, before she worked over at the Jungle Cruise, she worked over for PhilharMagic and a couple attractions over there, and some people come running up to her because they thought she was, what's her name? Zendaya. And they said these people came running up to her, and then as they got close, they're like, "Oh, you ain't her. You're not Zendaya." And she was like, what would she be doing wearing this? so, yeah, I had a good time. Met a lot of people. Met Heaven's roommates. I believe for the first time. I don't think we ever met them before.
We met Katie and Kiana.
We met Katie and
when they lived in the apartments when they were first starting.
Did we?
Yeah, because we went over one day in June.
Okay, but that was the first time I met MK.
That was the first time you met MK.
Yeah.
But it's not the first time we met Katie and Kiana.
So, and I didn't see him. I stayed at Heaven's house, and those are her friends and her roommates. And I'd never met MK. And I actually met MK because she is a cast member that works at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. So, but she stayed in character the whole entire time. But hey, thanks Baxter. So but I had a good time while we were down there. So hopefully, with what's going on, we are gonna start doing some stuff from Kings Island. Even though the passes we're gonna go get are for next year, we can actually start going this year. Now they're only open for this weekend and next weekend, but they also have their Halloween that's coming up that we can go to this year, and their Winterfest. So we'll be doing that, and then we got all next year that we can go. So it's looking like we'll have that going on, and then like I said, we're going to be going to Disney World in November, and I believe we'll possibly go to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas party.
Really?
Yeah, probably. I don't see why we wouldn't. And it's something that we're looking forward to.
I never got to go to that.
Yeah. There's kind of a story that Heaven and Haley, I think Heaven was only 7? 10. So that would mean
was 4.
Haley was 4. And we were down there and we were going to Christmas party, and we never been to the Christmas party, and Haley hadn't been feeling good, and we thought she was all right. And we got on the bus. What resort were we staying at?
All Stars.
Okay, we were staying at the All Stars, and it wasn't just us as a family. We had my mom and my dad was there. Was Kevin and his wife, which is my brother, and then a lot of my family. I think my aunt was there. So we had a lot of family there, and we were on the bus getting ready to go, and I had Haley holding on to her, and then she just vomits down my back. So we had to stop the bus. We had to get off. We went back to the room. I got cleaned up. It didn't look like Haley was going to get any better. So Margie says, I'm just going to stay here with her. You and Heaven just go ahead and go on to the Christmas party. And I think that was going to be our last day there at the park. I'm not for sure. Yeah. So we went back, and Heaven and I could not find the rest of our family. At that time, cell phones weren't a big thing. I mean, they were around, but not everybody carried them like they do today. And so Heaven and I enjoyed the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas party by ourselves. And we went around and got cookies and got our pictures taken and everything like that. And I think she really enjoyed that, why we did that. But yeah, that's really the only thing I can remember from the Christmas party. So I'm hoping maybe things will be a little bit different for the next one, since the only thing I feel like I remember is me all just constantly looking for my family who we never did see. We actually had family who showed up there because we were leaving, but we had family that came down that were going to be there for a few days, and didn't get to see them, and we had to come home.
Didn't I throw up on Aunt Shishi too?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember that.
They said when I went down the slide at the Honey, I Shrunk the Audience.
Oh, really?
They said I threw up on Shishi.
But yeah, Honey, I Shrunk the Audience. That's actually an attraction I miss that they don't have down there anymore. But I don't know if any of you have been down there to see. Remember that was in Epcot. I think right now in that same theater they have the Pixar and Disney shorts is playing in that theater now. So it's also where they played Captain EO. So, but yeah, so Tractor and Engine Show, we plan on doing that this weekend, and that's a great big flea market over in Portland, Indiana. So we'll walk through the flea market, and they got things that's going on there at the Jay County Fairgrounds that we're going to go back into and see. Probably tractors.
It's like $5 a person to get in there.
Yeah, but I think they also have like other stuff that's going on. So, and then like I said, we're going to go over and try and get our season passes for Kings Island. And then we're probably going to go in for a couple hours. I don't know if we'll ride a ride, but we'll go in. Unfortunately, at Kings Island, you can't record on the rides. I think there's like 2 rides you can record on. And the only one I can think of right now is the train. And that's it. So, but we'll get to go and see it when it's all decorated for Halloween. It probably won't be this weekend. They probably don't start doing that until after the end of the season. So, but that's what we got looking forward to. And Heaven, she's been pretty excited about her job. So
She called me today.
yeah. And I talked to her last night. So she always seems excited about something. What do you think? Anything?
What do you mean?
I don't know. Is there any videos you want to talk that we did, or is there any place that you think we should go do?
I think we should go back to the waterfall.
Well, we plan on doing more waterfalls, not just that one.
That one was pretty.
Well, I'm sure we can find even prettier ones if we go look.
We should go camping and make a video of it.
Like camping? Where do you want to go camping at?
Or we could go hiking
Okay.
at Mountain State Park.
Mountain
in
State
Anderson.
Park in Anderson. So.
Because that one's really pretty.
So, yeah. Oh, why I got you on here, there is a channel I came across, and it's called Only Passengers, and it seems like it's a man and his daughter, and I've really, really found it entertaining, because he does short videos, usually through the week, and he's done them like when he's driving, probably home from work or to work, or he's been recording why he's working out because he's getting ready for one of the runs there at Disney World, one of the 5K or 3K or whatever it is, and he does what he calls a daily question, and it's always about Disney, and he asks you your opinion, and I really have been interested in watching that. So if you get a chance, go check him out. It's Only Passengers is the name of it. I'll probably, after we're done with this, whenever this does come out on YouTube, I'll put a link to his, or to their channel. So if you want to check that out, you can always go in the description and find the link to his channel. So, and then always, the people who I always love to watch, the people I always love to communicate is the Jedi Balloon Master, Baxter. Become good friends with him. If you don't know him, go check him out. And like I said, that's the Jedi Balloon Master. And then the other one that I really like watching, and I like both of them. I really like both of them. But the other one, who I like to watch her stream with her family, Mia, is Disney Junkie Ashley. And she does a lot of unboxings. And I really like seeing what she gets. And especially this last video where she got something that was for Mia. And seeing the stuff. And seeing that a lot of it was stuff that you would get from the park. And so if you haven't checked her out, go check her out. And go check Baxter out on the Jedi Balloon Master. But yeah, we've had hey, Texas Takes, how are you? Hey, look, they knew who you were. It says Haley. Yep, we got Haley on here. I wanted to do a live stream with Haley for a while, and with her work schedule, it's kind of hard because a lot of times she's working whenever I'm on. So, and I'm pretty sure if you have been in here, you've actually heard us talking, and we'll ask a question, and there's a voice in the background that comes out of nowhere about answering it, and that's Margie somewhere back there. So, but we were just talking about my trip down to Walt Disney World. We talked about the last time we went to the Very Merry Christmas Party, which Haley and Margie didn't get to go to because Haley got sick. Haley was only 4. Oh yeah, I think I'm hoping it will be. So we go about every year, even without or before we started the channel. I mean, my channel is actually an older channel, and most people don't know that because I started it back in, I think, 2017.
Something like that.
We started making videos, and the factory where I work went into overtime. And we were working 6 days a week and 9 hours a day. So it was kind of hard, after working like that, to go out and do anything and creating content. Yeah. Actually, right before I got on this stream, I was talking to him on Facebook Messenger. And Greg is out at D23 right now. So he showed me he just met a couple important people. He met I think he said the president of Disneyland. And then he met somebody who's over all the parks. So, and he had pictures of, it looked like, he had pictures of Robert Downey Jr., Jon Favreau. Hey, Mickey Sightings, how are you? Thanks for coming in. But, yeah, he had pictures of them, so obviously, and they were behind a podium, so obviously they spoke. And yeah, Greg had some pictures of them, and there's one picture that looked like Roseanne Barr. I think her last name's Barr. It might be Arnold. I don't know what it is anymore. But I was really surprised. I might be wrong, but it looked like Roseanne Barr. But so he looks like he's having a good time out there. He's been sending me pictures. Oh yeah, he looks like he's having a blast out there. So that's another person. If you didn't know, Greg changed the name of his channel. He's now Expedition Greg, because Greg wants to do more than just Disney itself. He kind of wanted to do other things. So he's been doing a lot of other things. I think he's been doing Universal and stuff like that. The guy's he's an awesome guy. When I met him, he hung out with us. Even though we did live stream for an hour, he hung out with us till the end of the night. And he rode rides with Heaven and I. And he's a really good guy. So, and I didn't think I was going to get to ride the Haunted Mansion, because we were there on the 50th anniversary of the Haunted Mansion. And right after Happily Ever After, Greg got us. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Greg got us through over to. Oh, okay. But he got us through and over to the Haunted Mansion with only a 20-minute wait. And because Heaven, of course, is a cast member, as soon as we got done with that, she says, as long as we're in a line before 10 o'clock, they can't kick us out yet. So we rushed right over to Pirates of the Caribbean and got on that. So that was the last ride of the night that where we rode with Greg. So, but we had a really good time with Greg. So, and yeah, he's a great guy. He's always willing to meet anybody who's willing to meet him, and I really enjoyed talking to him. And he has a lot of knowledge about what's going on with Walt Disney. So I'm pretty sure that anything that he does, he's gonna always have some kind of knowledge about what he's doing. So I haven't seen him do anything in Universal. He might have, and I missed it. So, but that's stuff. I know. Let's see. Baxter's got. He's talking about either going back to Walt Disney World or going to Disneyland. I think he was actually talking about going to Disney World when Star Wars Galaxy Edge actually opens to the public. So I'm hoping what either place he goes, I'll probably watch. And and I've started to notice that some of these live streamers are actually they're doing videos, which I think's really neat. So because I am actually was one of the guys who were just doing videos and didn't do live streams, and I started watching them, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll live stream once a week. So this is it. If you're wondering when do I live stream, it's going to be 5:30 on Friday. I was a little bit late today. We had our rough day at work, and I came home and I fell asleep in the chair. And when I woke up, it was like 25 after 5 Eastern time. Oh wow! So GE on Tuesday. Cool. So are you, Mickey Sightings? Are you actually out there right now? Because yeah, that's something I would like to do. It's just having a family to take care of. That kind of comes before actually going out to D23 or Disneyland. I'd like to visit Disneyland. I've never been there. It seems, and I think one of the things I'd want to do if I went to Disneyland is I think it's called Walk and Walt's Footsteps. Oh, the last day at Disney. Well, it's a little tougher. Oh, you're in Florida. Okay. Uh, the last day, it might be a little tougher for us because we not only are we leaving Disney for that last day, but we got to say goodbye to our daughter because, like I said, she's a. Oh wow. So she's a cast member there at Walt Disney World. So actually leaving Florida, it's kind of like a double whammy because one, you get withdrawals from Disney, and then also I have to tell my daughter goodbye. Oh yeah, would love to go to D23. I think that would be so neat. I really do. I've not really watched many videos, and maybe I should to see what that's like. And the one thing I wish they would do with D23, like what they do with some of these other thing, like what was it? They had the Star Wars convention. What was that? What was the Star Wars convention called? I don't remember. But several times they had it in Indianapolis, and I didn't get to go. But I wish they would do that with D23 and like move it to different places during the year so that more people would get a chance to go see it that can't make it out there to California. So You know, like, you know, 1 year. I mean, you know, if you want to base it in California and say every so many, say every 2 years you're always in California, but those other years you're actually somewhere else in the United States for it, I think that would be great. So, and, you know, to do it in Indianapolis. Indianapolis has a large convention center. But, you know, like I said, it doesn't have to be Indianapolis. Just anywhere that, you know, they can get new people that don't get a chance to go out to California to see it. That I think that would be great. Or even if they did it in Florida, which I don't know if they ever did it in Florida. But I know they do a lot of announcements of what's coming up and everything like that. And I plan on trying to catch up with that. So, but I knew Greg, he was going to go out there. So, oh yeah, yeah. I mean, you know, to make it more accessible to the fans, I think that would be a totally great idea to have D23 in different places. So, but if you see my videos, the one video I did do that, I'm telling you, I believe it's the best video I did. Of course, the only problem is that it might have kept people from, it was over a half hour long. And it was over a half hour long because I did it on my favorite rides. And when I said favorite rides, it was my favorite ride. Oh yeah, I'm surprised too. But yeah, to me, I think a lot may have happened where they don't do much in Florida anymore since they removed the animation studio there out of Hollywood Studios. I think a lot more happened when they still had the animation studio down there. And it seems like since they removed that and basically have everything based in California, I think that's the reason why they do it there. But yeah, I think it would be great if they moved it. I mean, even if they did, it'd be awesome if they did like two. And what I meant by two is, you know, one in the United States in different areas. And it'd probably be great if they hosted one somewhere where they would do it outside of the country for anybody out there. Because, I mean, you know, there's fans all over the world for Disney. So, but I mean, you know, if they hosted one, like, let's say in Florida at one time, and then they hosted one like in Tokyo, Japan, I'm sure that would be something big, you know, kind of, and they wouldn't have to run them at the same time. They could always have their stateside, and they could where they make those, you know, different, where they make those announcements. So, and I'm sure there's more to D23 than just the announcements. So I'm sure I'm figuring it's like a Disney Comic-Con. So I might be wrong. I haven't really watched much stuff on it, but hopefully I'll get to see stuff. Hopefully Greg soon will be live streaming here where I'll get to see stuff like that. Right. Yeah, I would really would like to see some stuff like that. So, but a lot of when it comes to me on Disney, I like to see a lot of things. One of the things why I would want to go to Disneyland. Yeah. One of the reasons why I would like to go back to Disneyland, or to Disneyland, not back. I've never been there. Is because that's where Walt was. And I've read lots of books on Walt and stuff like that. And I was in a live stream one time and I did post, and it might be something I might do, but nobody does anything on Roy. And Roy was a big part. He was a big part of that company. And even I don't know. Oh, I'll have to check that out. But Roy, if it wasn't for Roy, Walt Disney World wouldn't have got finished. And you know, they have their partner, and I don't know if they have this in Disneyland, but at Walt Disney World, they also have a statue that's there on a bench with Roy and Minnie Mouse. So I'm thinking about maybe I'll do something where maybe I'll look up and do as much as I can find on Roy Disney. Because to me, I mean, Roy Disney was the money. He was the money. I mean, Walt was the one who came up with the ideas. He's the one that... No, that's true. I mean, awesome. I'll have to check that out as well. But yeah, without Roy, I mean, a lot of stuff wouldn't have got done. And a lot of times he would tell Walt, we don't have the money. And Roy and Walt would say, find it. So it was Roy who had to come up with the money to do what Walt wanted to do. And Walt wasn't taking no for an answer a lot of times. So I know a lot of times he snuck stuff in that Roy said we don't have the money to do whenever it came to building the parks that Walt wanted. So, but yeah, I mean, Walt, to me, Walt's an interesting guy, but Roy was just right there as well. I mean, at one time it was called it was called the Disney Brothers Studio. So it wasn't until Roy said, "Hey, it's actually really about you," where it turned into the Walt Disney Studio. So, but yeah, to me, I think, and then not only did you have them, but later on you had Roy Disney, Roy's son, who was actually over the animation, which was, to me, I think was considered the dark period of Disney animation, which would have been like the Black Cauldron, uh, what's the name of it? With Dodger, Oliver and Company, uh, the Great Mouse Detective, because they did some good animations during that time. It just they weren't something big that people were wanting to see. I think it was hilarious that Walt had the gold covering put on the castle. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. He was doing stuff like that because he knew Roy would not agree with that. So, but I mean, and eventually, it was Roy who had to come along and go, all right, so, and have to figure out how to pay for what Walt had actually done. So I think that's one of the interesting. I mean, I've learned as much as I can about Walt, but I just want to see how much information there is out there about Roy. And I think there might be more because, I mean, once Walt passed away, I know Walt had been to the site in Florida, but once Walt had passed away, it was Roy who was doing all that down there in Florida. And they wanted to add Roy's name to Walt's or Disney World, but Roy would have none of that. That's true. I understand. Walt was basically, or Roy was basically, I think he was basically about building his brother's legacy is what he was about. So he's very humble, a very humbling man.
I'll be right back.
So, but oh yeah, I mean the thing is there's, to me, it's not always just one man. There was a lot of people that was behind that. So I meant you have your Imagineers, a lot of them. And a lot of them they were doing stuff that had never done before. So I mean, when it comes to like people, I put Walt Disney. To me, Walt Disney and George Lucas were kind of like those kind of visionaries that you didn't see. To me, because I mean, when you think about it, Walt was doing things and was wanting things, and his people that he's working for were doing things that nobody was doing. Just like George Lucas, when he first made Star Wars, there was nobody to do those special effects he was doing. He actually had to create that as well. I mean, it's people like this that make the world interesting, and without them, there's stuff we wouldn't see today. I mean, if it wasn't for ILM, who was created by George Lucas, there's a lot of movies that probably wouldn't have got done because ILM. If you watch a lot of those movies like Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, anything, Forrest Gump, if you watch at the end, you're gonna see ILM. They're the ones who did the special effects. So yeah, that might be something I'll look into. Normally, I like to do videos where we go somewhere, but like I said, I've got, and if you weren't in here when I said it, I'm thinking about doing a series starting next Thursday, It'll be a video. It's not going to be a live stream. And I'm calling it Attack Plan. It's either going to be Attack Plan or Plan of Attack. It's probably either one's going to work. And I'm going to start studying park movements, crowd movements in the park. And I'm going to give what I think is the best way to get into the park, what 3 fast passes you should make. I'm going to try and do if you're staying on property, because you got 60 days. 60 days out, you can make fast passes compared to people who doesn't stay on the property that only have 30 days out. So, and then I've been kind of studying the way people move in the parks and just naturally different things people are actually doing, and I'm trying to figure out where is the busiest place of the park each time of the day, so you know not to be in that area. And there's just like different little tips and tricks that a lot of people don't know, and just a little bit of things can make your day so much better, because you want to get everything in usually. I don't know how you are on your vacations, but when we go down there and we're there for a while, we want to see everything when we're there. So, what's your favorite ride at Magic Kingdom, Haley?
Any of the 3 mountains. I like all of them.
Hey, Baxter, thanks for joining us. So, any of the 3 mountains? So,
Splash, Thunder, and Space. But
Splash, Thunder, and
I
Space.
think I like Space the most.
What about the Mine Train, 7 Dwarves?
It's okay.
It's okay. So here we got Baxter is in here. And what was your favorite ride, Baxter, while you were there? It's a Small World. All right. Yeah, I like It's a Small World. Not promoting an app, just FYI, I use touring plans. Okay, all right. No problem. I usually, yeah, so I know there's lots of videos out there on it. I just thought maybe we put our take on how to, as I say, attack each park and how to get through and around. So there, and I've actually heard that there's like lots of, like what I was told, and yeah, and the thing was when I was there, it broke down twice. And I don't know if it broke down because it seemed like all the rides had shut down and it was all for weather. I don't know why Small World would do that, because that's an indoor attraction, but we'd walk by there, and of course, you know, my daughter Heaven, she works there, and we'd stopped. It's a crowdsourcing app with full crowd predictions and folks in parks posting actual wait times. Oh, wow. I'll have to check into that. So is that just for Disney World, or is that for like all different kinds of places besides the Disney World? But so yeah, that's one of the things we've been wanting to do. But yeah, I might do a video. I might have to do a video on Roy Disney. Technical difficulty. Yeah, that might have been what happened. And like I said, it went down twice, and then everything went down while we were there, and the music went off, and it was so eerie to be in there without no music. But I was like, you know what? This is a YouTuber's dream right now. No music, no worry about a copyright in the background while you're
The animatronics
videoing.
move all night.
No, I don't think that's true.
Heaven said they do.
Do they?
That's weird.
So Haley just said that Heaven says at It's a Small World, the animatronics move all night long.
I don't like that.
So Disney World, Disneyland, and Universal. Oh wow.
We should go to Universal sometime.
Yeah, I've never been to Universal. I think that would be really neat.
I think it'd be cool.
Just a lot of times when we go down there.
Like, I want to see the Fast and Furious ride. Is that at Universal?
Yeah, that is at Universal.
I want to go there.
The Fast and Furious ride. So I think I'd like to see like the Transformers ride. So
There's is the Harry Potter land thing there?
yes, I did see Bax Bax's video recognizing Greg. So I don't know if Greg's seen it. I've been meaning to say something to Greg to see if he's seen it. So, but like I said, Greg's been kind of busy since he's out for D23 right now. Yeah. So we're getting down to the end. So we're at, well, we'll probably have to go a little bit. I did get started late, so we're probably going to go a little bit later because I want to do at least an hour. And let's see, Universal Locker dance is a challenge. What is that? I did a few Texas Mouse Talks also, and TTG is in the future. Oh, that's awesome, Bax. So is that? Do they have a locker, like a dance? We're dancing at the locker. Is that it? Because I don't think I've seen something like that. As long as it's not like what was the name of that one challenge?
The ice bucket?
No, the Drake where they got out of the car.
Oh, Tiki.
Oh yeah, as long as it's not nothing like that. I watched some fails on that where people actually got hit by cars while trying to do it. It was kind of horrible. But yeah, so I don't know about doing challenges. I know Heaven and her roommates are planning to do a video for us every once in a while. So, and I think they're talking about doing challenges. I think they were talking about doing, I don't know if they would do it.
What?
They were talking about doing that challenge where you ride every ride at Walt Disney World in one day.
In every park?
Every park.
Okay.
You have to lock your bags on many, many rides. No cameras, etc. So, do you have to dance while this is going on and while you're doing that, or? Wow, you have to lock your bags on many, many rides. But isn't it Universal? Aren't the lockers free? If I'm right. Like I said, I've never been. But I do watch a lot of Tim Tracker, so, and I know he goes there and we watch some of that. Wow. Yeah, that sounds like something. That sounds like something pretty good. Now, the place that we're going to possibly get annual passes at Kings Island, you can't record on the rides, like I said, and you really can't take anything with you on the rides. Hey, thanks, Mickey Sightings. Thanks for stopping in. I really appreciate it. But yeah, there where we're talking about Kings Island. Yeah, and there's like rides. You can't take anything on the ride. They'll actually send you out of line, and you don't get your place back in line. You have to get, and you have to go lock your stuff up.
And most of the rides, you can't even take a backpack on it anymore.
Yeah, so some of these places, they're getting strict on bags. So, but I do know that they did here just recently at Kings Island. I know you probably, some of you have never heard of Kings Island or never seen it. They just announced a new roller coaster they're getting it put up over there called Orion. It's going to be a Giga coaster, and the drop is going to be 300 feet. So I've actually seen a virtual reality, a video of it, and it looks like it's going to be insane. So Margie's already said I'm not going to do it. So, but, so we're getting down to the end. We got just a few more minutes. So is there any questions, anything? Anybody have any ideas? Maybe if you know about any places around Indiana, Ohio that we could go see. There's another place we did talk about, but that would probably be an overnight trip.
Where?
It's the Ark.
Oh, yeah.
Down in Kentucky. They actually have a full-size replica of the Ark from the Bible. And we've talked about going down there to see it.
My boss just got back from there.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
And what
She said it's huge.
huge?
Yeah,
I heard it's expensive though too.
I have no idea. My coworker went too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I
But-
want to go to Top Golf.
Top Golf. Yeah, I'd like to do Top Golf as well.
Mom said we should go to like do putt putt or something for a bit.
That would be neat
She
too.
said that would be fun.
I think we can find themed putt places around too. So, but yeah, I've been wanting to do Top Golf.
An escape room would be cool too.
I don't know about an escape room because a lot of times, do you think they're gonna let you record that because you're gonna give away how to give?
Oh yeah, I didn't think of
Yeah,
that. Never
so-
mind.
So yeah, I mean, I thought about that, but then I thought, are they gonna let you record an escape room because you're gonna give away how to get out of the escape room if you record? So even though I have seen other people record it, I don't know how other people
Not
would
if
be.
we said not where we're going. The one I went to was hard, and it was the easiest one.
Was it really?
We didn't get out.
So yeah, so Haley, she likes escape rooms. So, and Haley also likes going to different water parks. I like water parks, and we talked about that. Of course, Kings Island has a water park. There is another water park there called The Beach that I hadn't been to since I was a kid. That I'd really like to go to, but once again, the Kings Island one, they probably don't allow you to take any kind of.
We said maybe the one at the Columbus Zoo.
Oh yeah. The Columbus Zoo. Now we did a video on that, and it's my favorite zoo.
It's
And
just
I don't know
so
if you know who Jack Hanna is. It's Jack Hanna's Zoo, but Jack Hanna's the guy who used to go on like David Letterman. He was always on all those shows that he would bring the animals on. And a lot of times you get to see those hosts where they react to the animals, where a lot of them were scared. But yeah, that zoo took us 6 hours to get through.
It's just so tiring.
It's a huge zoo, huge.
Has everything you can imagine. Has an aquarium too.
Yeah, they have an aquarium, so that's another place we need to go to.
Newport Aquarium.
Newport Aquarium.
You get
Yes,
to walk across sharks.
get to walk across sharks. Yes. Well, I'm not talking about, the sharks line up for you and you walk across them. They actually have a line that goes over a shark pool. And you don't have to worry about falling in. They have netting on both sides of you.
Unless it breaks.
Well, it's not going to break. And then you walk across, and I don't even think you can see the sharks because of all the netting and everything when you're walking across. It's just the idea of
I
there's
don't think like there's many sharks in there because when you walk through the little tunnel that's underneath it
Yeah.
too.
I don't think there's any aggressive sharks in there anyway.
I don't
I think
know.
most of them are lemon sharks.
A shark's a shark.
Well, that's true. But you're not going to see a great white in captivity. So,
You're more likely to get hit by a shark than die in a car accident.
what?
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
What'd you say?
You're more likely to get ate by a shark than die in a car accident.
What?
Yeah.
I
I'm
don't,
pretty sure.
I don't
read
think
that.
that's true.
I'm pretty sure. I
No,
read
there's
that.
not that many people who are being eaten by sharks.
Okay, maybe it's shark attack.
I don't think so.
I think so.
No, I don't think there's that many shark attacks. You're more likely to be attacked by a shark than in a car accident.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't think that's true.
I'm pretty sure.
So, all right. So we're coming up to the end. I hope you enjoyed watching us. Sometimes it's hard to come up with content, and I just woke up. I didn't mean to fall asleep. So, but as for that, I appreciate everybody who stopped in. And what I love is when you come in and you tell me things, I get to learn from you. And but like again, I'll give out the schedule. We usually do a video on Monday at 3 o'clock. We do a video on Wednesday at 3 o'clock. This new series I'm doing called Attack Plan will be on Thursday at 3 o'clock. And then Friday we live stream at 5:30. So I thank you all for coming in. And it's been great. And once again, as for that, we hope to catch you on our next adventure. Bye. Want to say bye?
Bye.